When I have a theme or a question I want to explore through art making, I look to the past for answers. We may feel like we're living through new eras with new technologies and social structures, but the truth is it's happened before. And we can learn from myths, prints, and sculptures. They provide clarity to questions I'm wondering about today. One theme I've been delving into the past to explore is balancing the different aspects of me and performing well in each area at the same time, like trying to be a great artist and coach, father and husband, friend, all at once. When I traveled to Slovakia to study abroad, I saw cathedrals for the first time. The reconstruction they're constantly going through felt a lot like my balance I try to maintain to be perfect in these different areas of my life at the same time. I fell in love with both the pristine facades and the structured scaffolding. So I decided to design these imaginary cathedrals that mirrored this give and take between being perfect in one area and not so perfect in another. When carving the cathedral suite, I worked with great intention and cut as many details as possible. When printing, I leave room for uncertainty. I'll spill ink all over the block so only some parts show up in the final artwork. The cathedral suite, for me at least, is about this comfort knowing that I'm never entirely in control of my life or even the work I make. Alleviation is an ongoing series, over 13 years now, that focuses on the stigma of solitude in social spaces. I'm comfortable going to bars and movies alone, and even prefer it most of the time. There is also this self-awareness that creeps in. I fear being seen alone in public. Drawing became an excuse to go out to the bars by myself and to face that stigma. Using the iPad as the primary painting medium is a way of working without notice. Everyone packs into cafes, well, they used to, yet few acknowledge the conversation on their neighboring patron's screen. Surveying a crowd of customers, I think, it looks like I'm doing the same thing they are. Digital paintings are part of the digital conversation within contemporary cafe culture, existing and sharing within the same ethereal space. They are my way of silently conversing with my fellow patrons. The drawings I make also translate into traditional prints. In White Noise, a 4-foot by 8-foot woodcut is about the assumptions I and you may have felt towards others as smartphones slowly became ubiquitous in our culture. At first, I thought using your phone in public was rude. Whatever they must be doing on their phone, it's trivial. Of course, I have no idea what the person is doing on their phone and what they may be going through. So there are 3 main stages to making relief prints. The first is planning an image with the intention of producing multiple copies of that image. The second is carving. With White Noise, I used a combination of knives and Dremels. And the third stage is printing. At Anderson Ranch, where I made White Noise, I learned from master printer Paul Maloney how to paste sheets of paper together to make sheets any size. Since then, scale has been an important role in what I want to say. Bigger isn't always better, but when I work big or small, it is for a reason. 2 things happened when I was 33 that set me on the path to become an artist and a coach. The first was the realization that I loved teaching art to students, especially printmaking. After teaching at San Francisco Art Institute, I began coaching clients privately to help them develop a consistent printmaking practice in their homes. The second turning point was when I took Gallup's Clifton Strengths assessment. Clifton Strengths is an assessment that reveals how you naturally think, influence others, execute, and build relationships. When I received my personalized results, I instantly saw connections between my talents and art-making career. I decided that the best way for people to learn printmaking is to understand what they naturally do well. I got a coaching certification through Gallup, thus becoming the only strengths coach with an MFA. This is Rachel, an ongoing client of mine. She's a professional artist and university teacher at Western Nevada College. Her Clifton Strings results show that she is strong in empathy, the ability to feel what others are feeling. Based on her high level of empathy, she learned the fundamentals of prep making while keeping in mind how her students would feel about each technique and each process. Now her Intro to Prep Making class is one of the most popular at Western Nevada because it's so approachable. In my group workshops, participants learn communication skills by functioning as a traditional print shop. This youth group is creating a portfolio of prints on a set theme called Community Interactions. Image themes are like live conversations, and participants decide on a theme based on something going on in their lives that they want to talk about as a group. They each design an image and transfer it onto the block, then learn how to carve the image, safely of course, out of wood or rubber. When inking and printing, they must find a group working rhythm to achieve the common goal of producing enough prints to fill each portfolio. For example, if a group has 10 people, then they make 12 prints each for 12 portfolios. This youth group churned out 148 prints in 3 hours. The room's energy level is high and positive when everyone clicks into place, doing their job, and then they see these beautiful prints as a result. Other times, participants are making large format prints. They each work on a small part and make sure that their piece fits into the bigger picture. The reaction people have when they realize what they've made together and the reflection after that is definitely the most satisfying part of facilitating these manager and team and teen youth workshops.